Okay, so I bought this Spanx undergarment thing, and they left the security tag. So I'm trying to take it off. I'm just putting regular tape around where I think the ink is going to come out. Because this is underwear, it's not a major crisis if some ink gets on it, but if you were trying to do this with clothing, then I think it would be helpful. So I'm just gonna put a couple of pieces of tape around this part and hope I'm right about where the ink comes out. And then we're gonna try to take this off. Okay, so I've put the tape, I put a little piece around this part too, just to be sure. I've got a little pair of scissors here and a lighter, and apparently this is all I will need. So I'm doing it over the sink because it's hard to tell. I watched a video, and apparently this is the part here that I have to burn, and then a little spring will peek through. So we're gonna see if that's the case. Apparently it's going to catch fire, which is okay. It's already melting. So we'll see how long it takes for this to spring through. Oh, there, it's caught fire. No, it almost caught fire. But it is melting. There we go. So I'm gonna let that burn a little bit. It stinks until I see the spring poke through. And then obviously I'm gonna blow out the flame. I can't really see, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to see. Now this is all melted. I can just scoop it out and I can see the little spring in there. Oh, it really stinks. And there it is. If you can kind of see, there's a little piece in there. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut that little plastic, and now I just see that hole in there. So let's see if this unscrews now, which it doesn't feel like it is. Maybe I need to do something else. Oh, there's a little coil inside this too. So I think every ink tag is gonna be a little bit different. So I just pulled this little coil out to see if that helps, but it still feels really tight. Okay, so mine is still really tight, and I just watched a video, and on the video she did, oh, I see the pin now, there's a pin. Hers just popped right out. I'm just kind of fiddling on the inside, so it's not really the best tutorial because I can't tell you what I'm doing. I'm just kind of poking around in here, and I do see like the little pin that's pushing this part inside. I see the pin in there. I'm just trying to figure out a way if I can cut it, or maybe if I burnt more of this, but then I still have this big metal piece. That's why I'm not, like I said, I think because every security tag is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be hard. So the tutorial I watched went much smoother than this one. But this is the reality of me trying to get this stupid security tag off. It's getting looser. So I think now I'm just going to fiddle around in here and see until I can get this. I've managed to move this whole metal inner piece. So it's got to come off soon. And maybe if I had better tools. I mean, I'm using little scrapbooking scissors, like the scissors. Actually, they're the scissors I use for my agenda. I'm going to melt this a little bit more just so I can cut this plastic away. Okay, I'm gonna burn this a little bit more just so I can have a little bit more space to try to cut this metal coil out and see if I can't find where that pin is. I might not have left it burning long enough because I was a little bit nervous about doing that. So we'll just burn it a little bit more and see. But I think this is definitely going to work. So maybe you guys can do it faster than me, but let's see. I'm really going to let it melt down a bit more. There we go. So there, that just popped out now. I can see right in there. The problem is that pin, that metal pin. It is still tight on here. All right, so I don't want to keep burning this, but I think some of them don't have the same inner piece of plastic that this one does. So what I'm going to do is I'm trying to burn it a little bit more because I can't get in and get the pin. I think once I can cut the pin, it's going to come off. So far, there's been no ink whatsoever, and it's definitely looser, but it's just not budging. And obviously be really careful when you're doing this. Like I'm doing it over a sink because you could burn yourself or catch fire to other things. So it's still burning. I'm just trying to get all that out of the way so I can get in and cut that pin. Not that it's definitely going to work, but I hope it works. I just don't like leaving it burning for too long because it makes me nervous. Let's see that now. Okay, so I can definitely move this plastic now. My scissors are going to be ruined after this. There, you see I can take that whole inner piece out now. There. Now I can definitely see the pin. There we go. Okay, so now you can see that I got that inner rubber part out. It was really just that I didn't let it burn long enough to dig in deep, and hopefully you guys are picking that up good enough. You can see the pin in now. It literally just slid off. And then I have this pin. And I have not one little piece of ink, and everything is perfectly intact. And I didn't have to go back to the store and get them to remove this. So there you go. Hopefully that was helpful. And yeah, you just need to be patient and let it burn a little bit longer than you think, because I had to get this whole little piece of plastic out before it would come loose. All right, thanks for watching, guys.